Hi all. I'm going to share about 5 responses I've gotten over the past few years when I've told people that I have genital herpes. So kind of like a preview of things you could maybe expect to hear. So number 1, this is actually a funny one, probably won't hear it, is unique. But I told a guy that I had been dating and we were getting really close and I needed to get it out there. And he said, "Oh, my mom had that. So growing up, I learned all about it. And she was dating, she was divorced. And I saw that it was hard for her, but I understand that, I understand how we have to be careful." Anyway, that was the first example. That was the first time I told someone too. So that's why it sticks out in my head. The second one, oh, my ex-girlfriend had herpes too, HSV 2, which is the other strain, and I never got it. So I am super open to just being careful and continuing to date you. I understand it can be really hard, but I also understand I remember him saying that how it's so common, and so he wasn't worried. And he thought he was like resistant to it too, which that I think a lot of people are exposed to it early in life and therefore they're resistant to it if they've never gotten an outbreak. Okay, number 3. Oh, wow. Like I remember that this one being really surprised, but like glad that I told him, and then him saying, "I don't want it to get in the way of us being together. So just you teach me, I want to learn. What do we need to do to be careful?" That was the third one. The fourth one was like someone who didn't know anything about it, like didn't even know what it was. Where had he been? I don't know. And he said, "Can you send me some research? Like, what should I Google?" I was like, "Don't Google, just I'll send you some good articles to look at, some like credible articles." And he didn't want it to get in the way of us dating either. So that was really great. And then the last example was someone who was like, oh, I have it too. It's not a problem. He was like, "I have oral herpes, so I know that, I have already been exposed. I don't really have outbreaks," but he wasn't worried. I was like, "Well, when were you planning on telling me, buddy?" I said that. I really said, "When were you going to tell me?" And he said that he was planning to. He just didn't think it was important yet. It was well before we were getting very intimate. It was early on. Okay, those are my examples. I have more, and I know, from people I talk to, I have all sorts of examples, usually not as bad as you would think. So get out there and be brave, own your story, and know that there is goodness out there, and you will often be met with, a surprising confidence and acceptance that you might not have expected.